Back in November, Tommy Oliver put out a very interesting video about did analysis damage the Brony community. To be honest, when I initially watched this video, I reacted very negatively about it. I didn't leave a nasty comment about it, nor did I thumbs down it or anything like that. Rather, I kept it inside and grumbled about it for a while, which is what I do for a lot of negative things that come my way. Anyway, December came around and it was a rather busy month for me, and eventually I forgot about the video for the most part. And then the Firey Joker made a follow-up video on the matter. Wait, is it Firey Joker or is it Firebrand? I don't know. Regardless, the video sparked my interest on the subject once more, and this time, rather than responding in negativity, I thought that it would funnel my passion in a more positive manner. Before I begin, I just want to point out that this video is in no way, shape, or form bashing Tommy Oliver, or his opinion. Tommy Oliver is one of the best reviewers out there, and I'm not about to get into a dogfight with him. I have mucho respect for the guy, and I admire his videos immensely. Also, the fact that he's a fellow masshole makes him A-okay in my book. Enough about that though, let's get back on track. Did analysis damage the Brony fandom? Much like Firey Joker stated at the beginning of his video, I feel as though that question's not a fair one to ask, but I actually feel like I have a different take on this than the ones that Firey Joker or Tommy Oliver offered. Doesn't asking that question damage the fandom? Now, at first glance, this might seem a little harsh or even childish, but let me explain in better detail. I did a lot of thinking about this, and I kept coming back to this same thought over and over and over again. Doesn't asking a question like that create the same negativity and drama that Tommy Oliver was talking about in his video? Even if there was already a problem with the analysis community, doesn't pointing it out and putting some of the blame on them create more of a problem than there already was? Again, I want to keep reminding everyone I'm not trying to be aggressive about this, more so I think that the question is rather silly. For example, let's say you go out to dinner at a restaurant that happens to have a B grade for their health code inspection on the front door. Anyway, think about that letter. It's in the back of your mind. You eat your meal, you go home, but you constantly think about that B grade which was on the door. Slowly you start to make yourself nauseous over the fear of getting food poisoning, but in reality you're making yourself sick. This is no different than that scenario. By stating that there's a problem with the community is creating a problem. In my last video I talked a little bit about how many bronies out there think we are coming to the end of the show in the fandom, and at the same time we have prolific bronies stirring the drama pot and adding to this notion that the brony community is rotting from the inside out. What is this, the Fellowship of the Ring, for God's sakes? The fandom isn't collapsing, the sky isn't falling. This isn't the end.
What you got, son?
The thing that gets on my nerves is the fact that I believe that we will be the ones that undo this fandom. It won't be by some outside force that does it at the rate we're going. This goes hand in hand with one of the messages of it's about time. If you keep dwelling on the negatives and worrying about them, eventually you're inevitably going to make them worse. While I do agree with what the Firey Joker said about needing conflict, otherwise we won't mature mentally, I think there needs to be another voice out there letting everyone know that everything's going to be okay and to relax. And I guess it's gonna have to be me. Yay. For the most part, the brony analysis community is pretty awesome, and I actually feel as though they do quite the opposite of what Tommy Oliver feels as though they did. I truly believe that many of the good brony analysis out there are passionate about what they do, and really put a lot of time and effort in their respective crafts. They make valid points, they offer suggestions from time to time, and they try to make viewers interested in the show via entertaining videos. Take for instance Silver Quill. Silver Quill has taken the opposing side on episodes that many others feel as though are perfect. Yet, he goes about it in a very professional and fair way. He points out the bad, yet he also spends a great deal of time focusing on the good as well. Not to mention that he goes about reviewing in a very humorous way. Sure, there's probably a lot of negative reviewers out there, but I feel as though they only make up a small niche of a much larger and better group. Anyway, let me wrap this up. I don't think the analysis community is damaging the fandom. I think they're making it better. I think what's actually damaging the fandom is, like I said in my previous video, people spending too much time concerning themselves with the end of the fandom and the show. We need to spend less time worrying about such trivial things and spend more time enjoying the show and having fun with it. Many reviewers do what they do because, believe it or not, they actually enjoy the show. Even when they negatively review an episode, they still enjoy the show. Tommy Oliver himself said that he still watches and enjoys the show and all it has to offer. So before we end this video, I'm going to challenge everyone who watches this to do something. Let's try to make the most of the time we have with this show. If you are on the fence about becoming more involved, then hop over that dang fence and start becoming more active. Rather than spend so much time, effort, and being negative, let's put some of that energy to better use. Anyway, I want to give a huge shout out to Tommy Oliver once more. I'm really sorry if I was too hard on you. It wasn't my intention to bash you, so if I ended up doing that, I apologize. You're a rock star, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. Also, be sure to check out Tommy Oliver's channel, the Firey Joker's channel, and Silver Quill's channel. They are all awesome reviewers and totally worth of your time. Anyway, on that note, I'm Tranzmute, and pleasant nightmares.